charge for that. Well, they send you the sneakers and I charge them 400. I stay busy with everything.
So we got to work together to make it great. So I got to listen. It is go time. I hope it's go time for you. Membership or something to get in there?
Yeah, you have to.
And we are here. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Lim. Hey, Maureen. Welcome to a very, very special episode of the Vet Green Show. Today, we have this artist is blowing my mind, bro.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Tyler Truth, everybody. Tyler Truth.
Yeah, to talk about it, man. Country singer, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing, you know what I'm saying, doing that country, good sound music. And good lovable music, that good, but it's all types of country could be all types of ways. It could be sad, happy, it could be joyful, it could be everything. It got all types of emotions to that thing. We got my man up in here, you know what I'm saying? Bro, what's going on?
he getting everything together, it looked like, but while he's doing that, we can drop him down while he's doing that. I wonder, have you listened to country music? Have you always listened to country music?
Oh yeah, I was always a fan. My grandmother used to always listen to it, especially the gospel country. She was definitely influenced, by a lot of that country gospel sound. And so I was always be in her car all the time, going shopping when she was a babysitter when I was little. And then that's when I got into country. And I've been listening to, a lot of country, especially now, these days, there's a lot of independent up and coming country singers it's been in my chamber. One of my favorite country singers who transitioned to country also is Jelly Roll, one of my favorites. So and they have a story to tell. They have a amazing story to tell. They're very vulnerable with their music, man, and it really helps a lot of people in their mental health. It helps a lot of people on living and growing, and it really has all different levels. Like country music always had different levels. Of different things in your life, relationships, breakups, you know what I mean, struggling, especially during the pandemic. A lot of the country singers got songs they written in the pandemic when we was going through that struggle. I mean, that was that's why country music is pretty much in the top 3 right now because of that. Because of that pandemic. So a lot of people it's pouring their feelings, their emotions, in keeping their mental health balanced with the music and the writing with the pen. So you know what I'm saying? They're being real creative and helping people, man. It's really a counsel.
It really is. Hey, Miss Eunice, how are you, everybody? User 51901. So country music, everybody, before we bring Tyler up, country music originated in the southern United States in the early 20th century. It blended, it's a blending influence of folk traditions, African-American blues, which you hear it in those lyrics, gospel, like you said, with your grandma, and then early popular music. The genre developed from musical traditions from European immigrants. We know that's not true. Chat, GPT, Google, and everybody else. Okay.
That part.
Right. That part. And it's just pretty much saying that their ballads include fiddle tunes, storytelling methods, which is the part I love, that storytelling part.
Yeah.
It laid the foundation, which would eventually become country music. Everybody, Hade, Say, Johnny, and today we have an up and coming country music star, and I don't even know if he's just country music. We're gonna ask him when we bring him up. His name is Tyler Truth, everyone. If you have not heard of him, this interview is actually going to be playing at a later date. So if you are over here on TikTok with us, you are privy to a little bit of it. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Green Links World Entertainment, so that you can see Rosie Green, the entire interview with Tyler Truth. And it looks like Tyler is down there driving. So
Or the country
Can you
road,
guys hear
huh?
me?
Yes, we hear you.
Hey, Tyler, how
Uh,
are you?
Pretty good about yourself.
Blessed and highly favored. So go ahead and
Yes.
introduce yourself. We are live. This interview, this conversation is going to air at a later date, but we are live over here on TikTok. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the listeners of Green Links World Entertainment and the Vet Green Show.
Okay,
Look at
my
the
name is
babies
Tyler.
back
I'm
there.
sorry, I got
Oh,
my kids
you,
getting ready to go swimming.
you're fine. You're
We,
I'm
fine.
dropping them off now.
this
But
is
my name is
reality
Tyler.
TV. This is reality TV in the flesh.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll have
go.
it a little quiet in a second. I'm sorry about that, but
You're
my name is
fine.
Tyler Truth. I do country. It's infused with a lot of different genres. It's country, hip hop, country, pop, rock, R&B. I kind of came up with my own sound. I do a lot of country mixed with Afro beats. It's something that I've never heard done before, so I kind of do it myself. And on my next album, I'll be releasing some country Afro beats for people to kind of listen to.
Mm,
So,
Country
um,
Afro beats.
yeah.
interesting.
So maybe I have to give you guys a little sneak peek or something here.
Yeah, send it. Listen, before you drop it, head on over here to Green Links Road Entertainment so we can be the ones to release it out to the world
I definitely
Yeah.
will. I definitely
for you.
will. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So you hail from Lafayette?
I'm born and raised in Chicago, and I moved to Lafayette when I was 17, and so that's where kind of like my country roots come from. But I'm born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, so south side of Chicago. So
Big shout out. Chicago is actually my second home. I love Chicago. Chicago was good to me, and that's my second home. Some of my kids still live in Chicago. So, talk to us about what it was like for you in Chicago and then your transition over to Lafayette.
growing up in Chicago was nice. When I was younger, my mom and my dad both did music. And so they got me started early. My dad plays bass and guitar and a little bit of drums, and my mom is a singer. And I used to listen to them sing and songwrite as I was a kid, and that's kind of where I learned how to do everything I do as far as music goes. So growing up in Chicago, pretty much as youth, all I did was art. I was an artist. I drew and I painted, and I did
Mm,
music. That was pretty much all I did all the time. So
That sounds like your story, bro.
that's right.
yeah.
Right. That's awesome.
so So in my research, it's telling me that around age 7 is when you begin developing this passion for music. So what did that look like? What did little Tyler at age 7 look like? What was he doing that he developed this passion for music?
So it's funny because before 7, like my like I said, I used to listen to my parents do music, and my mom told me I used to get spoons out and just sit on the stairs and just tap on the stairs with spoons while they were upstairs recording songs, and they kind of took notice of that, and so my dad he got me an 8-track recorder and a Casio, and he set it up for me, and then the first time I ever done a song was when I was 7. I wrote, mixed, recorded, slightly mastered as best as a 7-year-old could do. You know, my
Oh,
first song is at 7. And I'm sure it was no good, but that was that was the first time I did. I remember back then, you didn't have the digital stuff you have today, so you had to
wow.
literally go through and put the beats down for 3 minutes if the song was 3 minutes. And so I remember sitting there as a kid, like tapping out the bongos on tracks, and then you get almost to the end and you mess up, and then you got to erase it, rewind it all the way back, and start over, and do another bongo session for 3 minutes. So that's that. I mean, that was what it was like for me, just back in that I guess I don't know if that's called analog age, I guess you call it,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
that's what it was. I used to just sit there all day and just record music pretty much as soon as I got out of school till it was time for bed. So.
Did
Was that Casio a sampler too?
No, it was the Casio you get from like Walmart.
Okay, okay. 'Cause I remember the Casio back in the day. They had the little sampler pad that you
Yeah,
can, yeah.
it was one of those ones had the light up keys on it. It showed you how to
Oh,
play.
okay. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I remember my Casio.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was very good to me. So I
Yeah,
don't I don't I don't fault it at all. So,
yeah, right. That's cool.
So you are bringing to us country music with a bit of a twist, Tyler. So that 7-year-old Tyler who was sitting there mixing and mastering his very first song, did you dream of becoming this person that you are manifesting right now, this person that you are developing into?
It's so funny that you asked that 'cause I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was telling him like when I was younger, I always felt like I, w- I was I was meant for something
Mm,
big. I didn't know what it was, but I remember in school I used to sit there and look in the history books, and as I would turn through the pages, just looking at all these people that left their mark on this earth, I was like, I want to be that. I don't
mm,
care how much money I have. I don't care where I'm at. I just want to be remembered. I want to be in this book. I want people to turn to a page and see my face and see my story in this book. And that was always important to me. So it's like I always had this feeling that one day I would do something. I didn't know what it was, but I knew whatever it was that I did, I felt like it would have something to do with music because music's always been my passion. It's always been my first love. And I knew I wanted to do something to change people. It's like I see so much going on in the world, and I've always wanted to be somebody that made a difference in the way that the world runs, how people not only view African Americans, but how we treat each other and how we
mm,
leave our mark on the world. Because I feel
mm,
like there's a lot of negativity um, in our background. Just from what people hear and what they've witness on controlled media, and they don't get to see our everyday life, what it's like to really live as an African American, and to be a
mm,
part of our society. They don't see the love, they don't see the commitment, the passion, the family values. They see whatever the news decides to show, which, as you know, media it strives off negativity. Nobody wants to see somebody holding flowers and shaking hands. They want to see who got shot, who got robbed. It's excitement, and
yeah.
so I always wanted to do something to change that, and for my community and for my people. So
Mm. Did you always know that it would be country music? Have you always geared towards that, the country, and now you're putting like your twist on things?
so it's funny. A few years before I started actually doing country, I started doing country 2 years ago. So this is all new for me. But I
Mm,
will say, I think about back in, I want to say 2016, maybe, me and a friend of mine decided, we were like, we should try to dabble and see what we could do with some hip hop and country. And we did a couple songs and they weren't really that great, and so we kind of left it alone. So that was my actual first run in with country, but it wasn't like singing, it was just country, like country rap. Um,
Mhm.
and so I've always done jazz. I started off doing jazz and funk. That's what I started
Mhm.
writing. And then
oh, okay.
I went from there to doing a little bit of rock, some R&B and hip hop. And then I ended up in the lane of hip hop and R&B. And B. And that's what I did for many years. And I produced, I was a producer and I wrote songs for other artists. Um, and then one day after I had a breakup, I went to, I went on a blind date, and the girl that I was on the date with, she was like, "Your voice sounds like you'd be really good at singing country music." And I was like,
Mm,
"Never tried it before." And so I tried it. I wrote a song called "At the Top." It's actually a video on YouTube if people want to check that out. So at the top, I wrote that and put it out, and I was expecting all my friends to kind of laugh at me and make fun because all my friends did hip hop and R&B. They all from Southside Chicago, So
Mhm.
I'm like, ain't nobody gonna want to hear no country. But I put it out and I sent it to everybody, and they were just like, bro, they was like, your hip hop and R&B is nice, but they were like, this is your lane. This is where you're supposed to be. It's like it sounds natural for you. And
That's what's
so
up.
I kind of just started creating more and more. We did 2 albums in 2 months because
mm,
that first song we did, we had people hitting us up on Facebook like, hey, can you come out and do this festival? And we're responding like, I'm like, I got one song. They're like,
Mhm.
can you write two more and come do three songs?
oh,
So I'm
wow,
like,
that's amazing.
yeah. So I did. I wrote two more songs and we went out and did this festival. That was the first time I'd ever been on stage and all that. And so after that, everybody wanted to book us. So I did my first album and we started doing shows, and it went from everybody wanting to book us to everybody wanting to book us for 2 to 3 hours. And so I was like, I don't have that much music. So I was like, I got to write another album. So I wrote
Mm-hmm.
another album, we recorded it, and we got to our second album. And last year, you know, God has been, blessing us. We did 185 shows last year.
Mm.
So
Wow.
Wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah, first year out the gate, locked in 185 shows. So now, like I told my manager, I said, we got to lock our area down. So last year we just really pushed. We pushed our home base, where I live now. I call it my home base. Chicago's always going to be my heart and soul, but Indiana is where I laid my roots. So this is
I can
this is
see
my
Indiana with the country music,
yeah
definitely. Do
yeah.
you
So
feel
this
like
is
that influenced you a lot being there?
oh yeah, most definitely. It's coming here. So where I grew up in Chicago, I had one white friend. Until I moved to the suburbs, and I didn't really know much about you know the white community, and so
Hmm.
moving out here, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. It opened my eyes to a lot of the negatives and the positives. Um, all these things that I heard about you know, the white community from being, you know, in a majority black community, a lot of it scared me at first. You hear about pretty much these sundown towns, you like when places not to go, this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And coming here made me realize that every place isn't like that.
Right.
Where we live, you have your few. You're gonna have that everywhere. In every race, every community, you're gonna have your few that just don't want to, get on board with the fact that the world is changing. But for the majority, the people here are beautiful. The beautiful people. They accept me. They love my music. They have been very loving and caring, and I couldn't ask for a better place to hone my craft. To be honest.
I pulled up the song that you were just talking about. And you said this is one of your first ones. I want to get into it. I put it up on YouTube.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's number one right there. That's the first one.
Hey
Mm-hmm.
AJ, welcome, hon. So let's get into this. Go ahead and introduce this song. And
Okay,
yeah.
so I'll tell a little something. I've never said this before, so you guys be the first ones to get this. The cover of the version of this song that you're hearing is not the first version that I wrote. I actually wrote another version of this song,
Mm-hmm.
and it just didn't hit like I thought it should. And so I trashed it and I wrote this copy, and then I recorded it. And we had a guy come out and shoot the video for us here in Lafayette. We shot it downtown Lafayette, on top of a. We shot it at a farm where you see me now. It's like a wedding. They had like a wedding barn that they did weddings for, and then the rest of the
Mhm.
video just shot on top of a parking garage down in Lafayette. So we had
Mm-hmm.
two locations that we shot at, and so this song is just based off of where I feel like I should be and want to get to in my life. I've always felt like music is something I'm good at. I should be up there with the best. I should be at the top, you
Mhm.
know. And so that's what this song
Mhm.
is talking about, is bringing that to fruition. I'm supposed to be at the top. I'm supposed to be successful. I'm supposed to have these things that I see in my life, and this is me singing that into existence.
Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
sounds like. Oh, go ahead, bro.
That's dope. I'm just loving the story. The story is definitely
Behind.
going to sell. And I say this all the time. Your story, people's story, it makes people want to listen to the music. And
Yeah,
you got an amazing story. It makes people want to go ahead and just check out the music. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure you done told your story so many times that that's how you elevated so fast, as far as doing shows and getting booked and stuff, on top
yeah,
of
Mhm.
something new. You know?
yeah. And what you guys do, I want to thank you. Take this time, this moment to thank you, give you your roses.
Yeah.
People don't understand how important it is, the podcast and the content creators, the people out here that are really pushing the narrative to say support local talent, support these underground artists, support mom and pops. Like, nobody understands how important that is on this level, because you don't get to the next level without you guys, and that's the
Mm.
fact. That's the fact of it, because
That's right.
every audience that you have, every member is another fan. you know it's another notch on my belt to say, okay, this guy needs to go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you are somebody that has 50 followers or 200,000 to a million, even that small 50 is
Mm-hmm.
strong. Is
That's right.
mighty, because I tell every artist that I meet, 50 turns into 100. because those 50 people, they all know somebody. You know, they all know one person, and if they like it enough, they're gonna share it with at least one person. So that 50 turns into 100, that 100 turns into 2. And as long as you keep doing great music and you keep marketing yourself correctly, you keep being a person for the people, it's gonna get there. So I appreciate you guys. I'm so glad to be on the show today. I will always take time to do these things whenever I can, even if I got to drop the kids off at the pool. We're gonna make it happen.
Yes, that's it.
Well, Tyler, your mind is definitely in the right space. You are moving like, I feel like Joker is probably elated right now because bro talks about this a lot on the show when he goes into his marketing minute. A lot of artists we find it's a hobby. They want it to be a business, but they treat it like a hobby. And I believe they treat it like a hobby because of the work that comes with like this. You got to be on your grind. You have to be on your grind. So
I watched. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
No, go ahead. The floor is yours.
I was gonna say, as you were saying that, what changed my mind in my life, in a sense, I had a friend of mine that sent me some mentoring videos on YouTube, and I started watching those. And Arnold Schwarzenegger said something that really just changed my life forever. He said when he was growing up, his parents wanted him to join the factory that they worked at. You know, and his whole passion was to be a bodybuilder. And they told him that's a nice dream, but you need to have a backup plan because that's far-fetched that's going to happen. You need to have something to fall back on. And he said, you know what? I don't believe in plan Bs. He said, so instead of getting a plan B and going and start getting in the factory and having that as a backup, he said, I went all in to prove that I could do this. He said, and the reason that is because if you have a plan B, the moment something goes wrong with your plan A, your initial thought is to turn to plan B because this is not working. So now I got to go to my backup. But if you don't have a plan B, if plan A is your only option, there ain't no quitting. There ain't no giving up. You're going to have to, it's got to work. It's got to work. You know, this is all I got. And so I raised my kids. I started a painting service to raise my kids because I was almost signed 3 times when I was doing hip hop and all those deals fell through. And the last time it did, I said, you know what? I got to go and do something to raise my family. I'm not giving up on my goal, but I've got kids I got to feed. I got to make this, I got to provide for them. And so I started my own business. But I said, as soon as all my kids are grown, I'm getting back to my dream. And my daughter graduated last year. And as soon as she got ready to graduate, I gave my business to my son. And I got right back to doing my music. So this is what I do. I don't have another job. You know, I do music 24/7. I ride Lyft, and when I'm home and I need to make some little side money, you know, because I tell people all the time, a starving artist is a real thing. You know, we make good money on the road, but you pay so much out. You know, you might do a show and make $1,200 for the evening, but then you got to turn around and put all that into promotions and advertisements and studio time and band members. It's like that you don't get to keep that little money that you make that people see on a regular level. They're like, that's good money. You're making $1,200 a show for 2 hours worth of. I'm like, that's not nothing, man. When you you know, when you paying your drummer and your piano player and bass player, everybody's getting $200, $150 to play per show, and then you got an engineer you got to pay $85 an hour for. You know what I'm saying? You got to do a whole new album. Like, people don't get that. It adds up. There is no money, you know, and so it takes a lot to do this. But like you said, you got to make it a job. It can't be a hobby. If it's a hobby, it's not gonna happen. You know.
Yeah, it sure is. And Tyler, I am so happy that we are doing this, having this conversation with you. It is truly it's wonderful because your mind is in the right place. You're speaking the language that we want to hear from artists out here, because we can support you. But if you are unwilling to support you, there's only so much we can do. You know what I mean? And you are definitely on that road. So let me go ahead and play this song. This is Tyler Truth at the Top. Okay.
Great. The new GoDaddy Arrow has AI marketing tools to help small businesses easily reach.
Great to God that I find my way.
Listening to it. Hit that like. Taylor, do you have 2 YouTube pages?
No, I've just got one.
Hmm.
At least that I know of.
I
my
wonder,
manager, my manager might have started one because he always starts a secondary, so he might have a manager one
that's
that
good
he's
to have.
promoting on. Yeah.
I've been in the night staring at the stars all on my own. Pray to God that I find my way and it keeps me strong. Spent so many nights shotgun shots with some chicks I just met while I watch as my time pace takes, waiting on the right time to find a moment that's mine. Cause I've been down, I'm gonna turn this thing around, gonna reclaim my destiny. Fall out my life when it's finally time. I know where I'm supposed to be. Big dog, I'm gonna kick it off with a chick lips off. There's the threads in my dungarees. Going up this time. Cause at the top's where I'm supposed to. I've been down, now I'm way up. Gotta stay up like it's on the yes. Gotta make it happen, no time for that. Keep pushing forward, never moving back. Just gotta stay focused, my time is now. I was once a face in a crowded crowd. Now my name's in lights almost every night. And I'm recognized every time I'm out. Cause I've been down, I'm gonna turn this thing around. Gonna reclaim my destiny. Fall out my life when it's finally time. I know where I'm supposed to be. Big dog, I'm gonna kick it off with a chick lips off. There's the threads in my dungarees. Going up this time. Cause at the top's where I'm supposed to be. Hey! At the top's where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. Big dog, I'm gonna keep it off with a chick lips off. There's the threads in my dungarees. Gone up this time. Cause at the top's where I'm supposed to be. Cause I've been down, I'm gonna turn this thing around. Gonna reclaim my destiny. Fall out my life when it's finally time. I know where I'm supposed to be. Big dog, I'm gonna kick it off with a chick lips off. There's the threads in my dungarees. Gone up this time. Cause at the top's where I'm supposed to be. At the top's where I'm supposed to be. At the top's where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, that was fire. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Wow, we need some claps.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Fire right there. And you put a little hip hop in that thing too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I try to always have undertones of different genres, because like I feel like country music uh, was getting the kind of it gets kind of a bad rap in some societies. They're like, oh, I don't want to hear it because country music has been known to people that don't listen to it for being a sad, depressing, oh my dog's dead, my wife left me kind of music, and they don't think it's like it's got any kind of you know umph to it. I'm like, it really does. I listen to a lot of these artists, and some of their singles might be sad, but when you get in, really dive into the albums, I mean, they got some solid material on there. So I always try to throw this different little undertones on the music to just kind of draw people in, reel them in a little bit to come check out the rest. Because then when you get to the album, there's actually some just solid country stuff on there, You listen to, you're just like, this isn't that bad. You know? Yeah.
Are there any country singers that have influenced you in any way? I know Beyonce recently came out with her Carter album, but before that, people like K Michelle had already, switched on over to country. So are there any country singers currently that you feel are like
Ooh.
influencing you heavy?
So if I could be honest, it's like one of and this is way back there. So one of the first country artists that I listened to and really liked was Conway Twitty,
Mm.
and I actually heard him. Is kind of comical when I heard him for the first time on Family Guy. You know? So I don't know if you ever watched Family Guy.
Yeah.
Early
Yeah,
Family Guy
yeah.
segments used to have a lot of Conway Twitty skits on there, and they would just stop and have him do a whole song in the middle of the show. And I was like, who is this dude? And he did that song, "Hello, Darling." You know,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
that
That's
one. And
right.
so, and I heard, I was like, man, this is solid. I was like, this is solid. I like this. So I would say Conway Twitty is definitely one. Johnny Cash is more outlaw country, but I love Johnny Cash.
Hmm.
There's a lot. Morgan Wallen, I would say newer's Morgan Wallen has been a huge one for me. As far as country rap goes, there's a guy named Jamie Ray that a
Mm-hmm.
friend of mine introduced me to,
Mm-hmm.
and country rap wise, to me, like I really vibe with his music because his
Okay.
story's a lot like mine. He started off in hip hop, R&B, then kind of drew to country, and he's solid in all three, like solid, like super solid. So I would say those would be some of my mains. So
Yeah, you remind me when it comes to the country rap. You remind me of another artist that we're gonna be interviewing soon that does country hip hop is Country Boy Cav. Yeah, you remind me of
yeah,
Country Boy Cav out
You
there in Houston.
familiar?
okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, I've heard of him before. Yeah, yeah, I've
yeah,
heard of him. Yeah,
yeah. He's
that's
gonna
what's
be on
up.
our show soon. So yeah, I just got he just sent me his album and he sent me some merch. And he also got his own seasoning too, Country Boy seasoning, rub. You know, like the country, you like the barbecue and stuff. You got his own
Yeah,
barbecue sauce and all that. He sent me all that. Yeah, it's
oh, that's
pretty
what's
dope.
up. Yeah,
Yeah, but you got that sound when you was rapping. Remind me of Country Boy Cav. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
Okay,
you're
okay.
known as City Country Boy.
Yeah, the city country boy. So my thing is, and it's kind of it's great that you brought up Beyonce. I'm gonna tie this all in. So if I'm being honest, I'm gonna say this first. I love what she did for the culture, as far as
Mhm.
breaking down doors to make things happen. Um, However, I do agree with a lot of the country community. The album really wasn't country to me. It really wasn't that country. And the reason I say that, I feel like if you're gonna sing country, you should have one of two things, if not both. You gotta have that country twang, or you
Mhm.
gotta have that country instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of the album was very, very heavy in the hip hop R&B lane, and there was no twang to it. And the country
Mhm.
songs that were country songs were not her originals; they were somebody else's that she was covering. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you really can't take credit for those. I
Mm.
love the album was great. I'm not knocking the album, but as far as a country album, I would say she definitely being at the level she's at, she definitely could have came more country. She's got
Mm-hmm.
she's got all the mean power to get the right people to put a solid country album together. She got the voice, she got the talent, she got it. So if she's gonna stay doing country, I would love to see the next album she does be, you know, tie more
That,
into that country sound. Um,
yeah.
That's
yeah,
fair. That's fair. I
yeah,
can hear that. I
yeah,
never, I never, I never looked. I never listened to it in that perspective, the way you brought it, because I listened to that album about 100 times,
yeah,
and
Mm.
I knew it was something missing, but
yeah,
it had its flavor the way I could put my finger on it, and then I think she did that on purpose. But
yeah.
since you said that, you didn't just put the cat out the hat already. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
why so many people in the country when it was in an uproar, and people were taking it as a race thing. It's not a race thing. It's not
right.
because I get nothing but love when I perform from some people that hate Beyonce's album. They're like, I hate it for
Mm.
country. They say I hate it
Mm,
for country, but they love my music. And here's
mm,
why: if Beyonce would have did this, where she kind of messed up the mode is she kind of looked like she was posing.
mm,
a little bit because we know Beyonce for R&B and pop.
Mm-hmm.
She's always dressed a certain way. She's always acted a certain way, done a certain way, talked a certain way. And all of a sudden, you do a country album and you're in cowboy boots and cowboy hats and vest and all this, And so a lot of people were just like, "Where's all this coming from on a national scale? It just don't seem right."
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the music and it's still that sound. And
Mm-hmm.
so the reason why I'm accepted a little bit differently is because I don't lie about my background. I'm the city country boy because I grew up in the south side of Chicago. I come from the streets, so I know I'm from the hood. I'm from the block. People know,
Yes.
and I
Mm-hmm.
don't pretend like I'm not that. But I
Mm-hmm.
also moved out to the country. I worked on farms. I had a lawn care service, worked tractors, and done all kind of stuff. Got country friends. I go to bonfires, kickbacks. I do all this stuff. And so
Mm-hmm.
I kept it true. I'm a city country boy because I'm from the city, but I know the country. I'm not gonna pretend to be
Mm-hmm.
something I'm not. I,
Mm-hmm.
I wear the cowboy hat sometimes. That's new, because a lot of people when I started doing it, they wanted to see me in it. And at first I
Mm-hmm.
fought it because I was like, it's not really me. And people was like, but you sing in country, you gotta give them the hat. So I said, you know what?
Right.
I go so I said, I'll go ahead and give him the hat. I give him the hat. Because I fought the hat and the boots. I fought for the longest time. I was like, I'm not doing it, man. And if you go
And you're
back and look
singing
at,
country music, Tyler.
yeah, and if you go back and look at some of my earlier videos of me performing, you'll see I had on Chuck Taylors or like, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
in a in a in
Yeah.
a in a
It's,
stock cap. I didn't have
you know what I'm
no,
saying? Got that little fitted, little
yeah,
Chicago Bears fitted. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I was like, I'm not doing it. But then I realized, as if this is what the people in the country they want to see, like they like my vibe. I perfected the twang. 'Cause I don't have a country twang singing, but I
Mm-hmm.
was like, if I'm gonna sing in this genre, I gotta be that. I gotta give them what this genre deserves. I'm not just gonna come in here and just start making it up. I'm gonna figure out what they do, what they talk about, what they're looking for. As a songwriter, that's what you're supposed to do. Because I can write rock, I can write country, I can write R&B, and whatever I'm writing, I'm gonna give that genre what it needs. And so I figured out what the culture needed for country music, and I wrote that. But I also put my own spin on it and my own flavor. I kept true to who I was, you know, before, and that was one of the things important to me because when I was before I got in the country, I was doing hip hop and R&B, and I rapped a lot about who I was in the past. There was a lot of language in there that I don't use as a man in everyday life. I was cussing, I was, telling these stories about past fights and toughs I used to be in and being on the block with my friends and like watching them, sell drugs and all this stuff. And it just didn't feel right for me. It was music that I hid from my parents. I didn't want my moms to hear, my dad, my aunts, uncles. Like, so I wasn't proud of it, but I love hip hop because I do. I love it. I love the flow of it. I love the metaphors, the punchlines, the grit. I love it. But when I started doing country, what I really like about it is it allows me to be who I am today as a father, as a man, as somebody that believes in community and unity and peace. I
Mm-hmm.
can write that now. So I decided, my mom talked to me heavy. She was like, you need to clean your music up, clean your music up. My dad, same thing, clean the music. I said, you know what? I'm gonna show people that you can do good music. You can rap, you can sing, whatever it is, and you don't have to be vulgar. You don't have to be nasty. I've got songs. I've got a song called "Touching" on my second album. It's a song. It's an adult song. It's all about making love, but it ain't no foul, vulgar, nasty. You don't listen to it and be like, oh my God, let me turn this. You
Right.
might, some of it, you laugh a little bit because, like, I'm talking about songs from the past, like, you remind me of my Jeep and stuff like that. It's like it's got little punchlines in it to make people giggle a little bit, but you don't
Yeah.
feel uncomfortable listening to it. So I
Yeah.
talk about adult contents in my music, but I don't use no foul language. And it makes
Mm-hmm.
me feel good because I can present my music to anybody. And I feel like that's why I've been able to hit the platforms and go to places I have in such a short time because I can
Mm-hmm.
market
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. I can market everywhere.
Man, you done tapped into that market lane so heavy. Yeah,
Yeah,
you had no choice but to grab you, but especially on the writing aspect, the way you broke down the writing, because me being a writer, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of people don't look at things like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You pay attention to the craft, the lane, the audience while you're writing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And you already know where it's going when you're writing it. You already know the
yeah,
audience that you want to cater to when you write, and that's the thing that a lot of artists is missing. And you fill my heart with joy hearing that from artists like yourself. That's dope.
Thank you. Yeah, it's funny because I see it as like this. Like I heard a song the other. I don't mean to make fun of nobody's music. I really don't. But I heard a
Yeah.
song, and it just threw me off. This girl wrote a song called, I think it was called "Drop It Low for Jesus,"
Oh
Okay.
God.
and
Okay. Okay.
it was literally a song about twerking
I,
for Jesus.
I heard
And
Mm,
that.
you heard
mm.
it?
Yes.
And when I
Yes.
heard it, I laughed so hard because I'm just like, this is what I'm talking about knowing what lane you in and how to write in it. You know,
Mhm.
you doing gospel music. Ain't nobody in church supposed to be twerking, at all.
And talking about dropping it low for
Especially in
Jesus.
front of Jesus. Jesus
Uh-huh.
don't want Jesus don't want
Uh-huh.
you
Hey,
twerking on
you
him.
ain't for a gay church out. Yeah.
You know what
Too
I'm saying?
much.
So it's like for me, it's like if that's what we doing, like if
Oh
you,
We
man,
aren't
you
doing that,
we're
Tyler.
not
That
doing
is
that.
not what we're doing.
We're not doing
Not
that
what
though.
they're doing.
exactly, and that's why I said you got to know if you're going to cross into a lane, into a genre, you got to respect it. You got
That's
to
right.
give people,
That's
and
right.
it's like, and we can't look at everything as a race battle because
Mm,
some stuff is just common courtesy and respect. Like a lot of people got mad at Eminem when he crossed over at first in the hip
mm,
hop, and he was doing
mhm.
when he started doing that nonsense rap, and he was
Right.
rapping about stuff, and everybody's like, "What is he even talking about?" Like this ain't
Right.
even, we were upset about that, and then when he started giving us real bars and metaphors and punchlines, and now we like, okay, now
Hmm.
he's on a whole nother level. He's
That's right.
on a pedestal, and it's like it had nothing to do with race. It had
Hmm.
nothing to do with race.
It's
You know
Got
what I'm
something to do
talent
with
saying?
the culture. Got something to do with the
Yeah,
culture.
it's the
and
culture
talent.
because there's so many black like myself. Eminem is probably one of the greatest wordsmiths we've ever seen in the game. You
Hmm.
know, like, he's not one of the greatest lyricists. It's a difference.
That's right.
Mm.
That's
Wordsmiths,
right. That's right.
wordsmiths, the
Mm.
way he puts words together,
That's
and
right.
you know what I'm saying, his it's just different. It's different.
Now you
But
just taught me something. I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
there was
Yeah,
a
I
difference.
give her. I give him the greatest influencer
yeah,
of all time.
yeah,
Mm.
Um, with the wordplay and the lyricism with it, because he's
yeah.
more influenceable than the
Oh
lyrics.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because of where he come from and who was behind him. Dr.
yeah.
Dre. So and
Oh
all
yeah.
that comes together as a ball of fire. So yeah,
And,
he
and,
definitely influenced. His influences movement is really keeping his fan base where it is today. Yeah,
and I'm gonna say
Mhm.
this. I'm gonna say this for my people. For
yeah,
for my people, stop saying Eminem don't be rapping about nothing. He got songs.
yeah, he
I
do.
see that all the time on
Yes,
the
he
on
do.
the internet where they like he don't even be saying real stuff. It's like he just be mashing words together. He do got some songs like that,
Yeah,
but he's got some really, if like
He's
the song he did with
40.
Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? He's
yes,
got he got a lot of songs where he's talking about real stuff and the wordplay is
man.
incredible.
They
You know,
need to
so I'm
look.
like,
They don't pay attention to the album Recovery.
what?
That's
Yeah,
one of my
what?
favorite albums, and he
Yeah,
really got a story about where he's. What I mean? It's a pattern that he's doing that's
yeah.
amazing. Like and the
I
producers that he used in that joint. So
Yeah, and I always tell people if we're gonna stop the hate, we gotta stop it on both sides.
that's a fact.
We gotta stop it on so. And I'm one of those people. I believe like you gotta strike first. I'm gonna
Mm.
strike first. I'm not gonna wait for you to stop hating me. I'm gonna stop hating you first. And I'm gonna
Mhm.
love
Right.
you. I'm gonna love you and respect you so much that you ain't got no
I
choice
like
but to
that.
respect me. You
I
know,
like that. I like
you
that.
know, and
Yes.
that's the way we make change. Because if you waiting for the other side,
Yeah.
you never know how long you're gonna be waiting. You can
That's a
wait a
fact.
lifetime. Somebody got to make the first move. Somebody got to lean in for the hug to make the
Mm.
hug happen.
Mhm. That's right. That's
And
right.
that's why I said we got to start as artists, as people. We got to start bringing it together, Give people their roses. Eminem
Right.
deserves roses. Beyonce, she deserves her roses.
That's
You know,
right.
it's like these artists that are making lanes and moving things forward for us underground artists, for people in general. I mean, music is so powerful. It's something that we all share. We all
It's
Hmm.
have
a
a love.
universal language, I feel like.
Yeah,
You don't even have
yeah,
to know the word. You don't even have to understand the language. It can be
to
in a
Hmm.
love
in
it.
a totally but love it.
So
Hmm.
But
people probably laugh at me. I got so much what's that? That's that group, the K-pop.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love K-pop.
Oh,
There's some really
I
good
yeah.
got, I
K-pop out
forget
there.
the
Off
little
the
boy
chain.
group they got. I forget their
The
name.
one, where they got the 12 members.
Yeah, the
Yeah, they
B,
fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
B something. I forget.
Yeah.
I got my friends be laughing at me because my playlist is crazy. So
Mhm, mhm.
I like so many genres. On my
It,
playlist I've got some heavy
man.
metal. It'll go from heavy metal to Tupac to the
Yes.
Carpenters to
Hmm.
Korean pop. Like, it's
Hmm.
like, if I like it, I'm gonna save it. I
It's
want to I want to hear
crazy.
it again.
It's crazy you saying that because that group right there, I think four of the members that we know of so far that's come out with a solo album, and we were just talking about Neo and his writing, and Neo is writing for one of them guys that's
Really?
going
Mm.
solo on their first solo album
Oh
out of
man.
that group. So that's gonna be
Neil out
Wow.
crazy.
here writing for
Yeah.
K-pop
Yeah,
too. I did not know
yeah,
that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they, I'm saying, so that group, that big old group they got, a lot of them is going solo, doing solo projects right now. That's why we haven't heard from them in a while because they all in the studio
Mm.
doing all solo
Yeah.
projects. But the first top four lead singers, they're coming out first, and they're working with. I think Jennifer Hudson was just talking about one of them guys on her show that she
Yeah.
did a duet with and everything. So it's like, yeah, they actually finna bring that whole K-pop, R&B, Afro beats. They finna, yeah,
Yeah.
they finna change the game. That's fire. Yeah, I can't wait
Yeah.
to hear it.
I'm
Mm.
excited to see that because I feel like we kept music for so long. Music has been just like we try to divide the culture. We try to divide the music. It's okay
Mm.
to like more than one genre. You don't.
Yeah,
If you like country, you can't. You don't gotta be like, oh, I just like country. I only listen. It's okay to listen to rock
right.
and roll, some jazz, some hip hop, some R&B. It's okay to listen to that. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay for if you grew up in the streets and you like hip hop. It's okay to like the Carpenters. I love the
Mm,
Carpenters. It's
right,
like it's
right.
okay. It's like I feel like we make each other feel wrong for liking different things. It's like, oh, you listen to this, like that's and
Mm.
we make fun of it, but I'm like, you don't know why that song touches that person. Every
Right.
song touches somebody for a different reason. You might
Mhm.
there's so many songs that come on and I hear it and it'll hit me in my heart for a different reason. Whether it's like
That's right.
somebody I lost or remembering, it's a sound from that I remember from another song from when I was a
Mhm,
kid that I used to
mhm,
hear, say, or whatever the meaning is. And it's like it's okay to love whatever kind of music you want to love. That's what it's
mhm.
made for.
That's right.
Yeah, like you said, it's a universal language. It's gonna touch you. It's gonna make you move in different ways. And we got to stop
Mhm.
trying to gatekeep and stop trying to make
That
rules
part.
on what you can and can't listen to, and let's just enjoy the music.
I
Enjoy the
Mhm.
love
That's
music.
right.
You know.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, last year you released your album "City Country Boy from the Mud."
Yep. Yeah.
Tell me about the title, "City Country Boy from the Mud."
From the
Yeah.
mud.
So with that one, I wanted to. I don't know if you've seen the album cover. Like when I made the album cover, 'cause I make all my album covers myself, and so when I
Okay.
made that, I said, I want to show people my two sides. I'm a city country boy, so in the back I've got the city, and then I got
Mm,
an unplowed field as the in the front face. So it's just
Mhm.
showing people like both dynamics of who I am. And then the from the mud part was a kind of a metaphor punchline or whatever that I came up in from my intro song Long Road. I gave
Mhm.
that one to you, because I said, you know, I wasn't from the country, like I wasn't on a farm, but I still got it out the mud.
Mm.
Farmers grow in the mud, but when you in the streets, you get it out the mud a different way. And
mm,
so
Yes, you do.
that's what it was
mhm,
about. It's like we getting it out the mud. We self made. We working hard. We getting it from the ground up. Two different ways. You growing crops. I'm out here doing what I got to do to survive in the streets. So it's like that's what it was. And so I
mhm.
wanted to do that city country boy from the mud because both sides we get it from the mud, just in different ways.
So we do have Long Road. We're gonna go ahead. So talk to us about this song. It's a really dope song. The beat. Talk to us
Mhm,
about the beat is crazy. It kind of
Yeah.
sounds a little hip hop mixed
mhm.
with country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
when I find producers to work with, I try to find sounds that hit me. Like as I go through beats, as soon as I hear one that's it, I'm like, that's it. And I pretty
mm,
much start writing to it instantly. And that one just
mm,
hit me. I said, I really like that. I like the way that sounds. And pretty much the hook just kind of came to me almost as soon as I heard it. And with that one, I was like, I want this to be a song for Chicago because I wrote a lot of country stuff and I repped the country, repped Indiana, but I haven't said anything about back home, about that side of my life. And so my first album was mostly country and pop and rock, because, like I said, I was trying to pay homage to the drama. I wanted to make sure I did it right. And so I said, now I want to create my own sound, my own style and lane, and I want to pay homage to my growth, where I grew up, the hip hop, the R&B, the rock and roll, the funk. I want to start paying back into that. And so with this song, I said I wanted to have that heavy hip hop undertone. I want this song to not be about the country. I want it to be country, but I'm rapping about the streets and how I got to where I am today. And so I tell people all the time, I want to set this out there. When I write my songs, a lot of times I write about what I saw and I'll write through the eyes of some of the people that I was with. I've never sold drugs. It was something I've always been against. I've never done it, but a lot of my friends have, and I've been there while they did it. And so when I write about those things, I'm writing it in a light to say to the people that are in that, there's ways out. Because a lot of my friends that were doing that before are out of it and they're doing other things and move on. I've got friends that have gone to prison and they got out and started businesses and are successful in business now. It's like, just because you start here don't mean you have to stay here. And so when I write my songs, I want to hit those people in the right way. And a lot of times telling that story that way, it just hits different. So I write a lot about what I saw and what I did. And when I say I did it, I wasn't the one doing it. I was just a part of it. I was in the act with the people. I was there at the parties or whatever it was. And so, like in this song, I'm talking about selling drugs on the corner. Like I always tell people, I've never sold no drugs on the corner, but my friends did, and I was there with them. And that's what this song is about, showing like, you get it from the mud, you get it from the mud,
I love
but
it.
you also, yeah. So that's what it was about. It's pretty much about turning your life around. So,
And the song is called Long Road. Now, okay.
yeah. I think I lost you.
Yeah, we hear that she froze up.
Okay.
Yeah, she froze up. But yeah, she don't think she's controlling on that side. Let me see if I can go inside to you.
Yeah, I'll tell you while I'm talking to you. Like one thing with me is I'm very honest and very real. Like I will never be one of those people that just make up,
Right,
false lyrics to make it like I was some head honcho, you know,
right, right, right,
drug affiliated gangster. That
right,
was
right.
never my life. I had good parents. My mom
Hmm.
and my dad. You're really good parents. I've got rough sides in my life. I used to fight a lot. That was my thing, fighting a lot.
Oh
I
yeah,
fought a
yeah,
lot
yes.
growing up.
Come from the hood, especially Chicago.
Yeah,
I've never been to Chicago solidly like I wanted to. Always
yeah,
drove through, or whether I was at the airport, and then that was the changeover, or I was at the Greyhound station changeover, and that's
yeah,
how I got to see Chicago. But I always wanted to, me and my wife I talk about all the time. I always wanted to go there and visit downtown strip. You know what I'm saying? The boardwalk strip, and go to the pizza spots and really go out there and handle some good food because Chicago was like number two
yeah.
when it comes to the food, when it comes to like the food festivals and all that. In Buffalo, I'm from Buffalo, New York. They say we number one on the food festival. So you
Okay,
know what I'm
okay.
saying. So they say Chicago number two, but I always wanted to go check out the scenery of the food culture and all that. I hear a lot about them. They got their own, they got your own signature dish, Chicago deep pizza and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
and all that. So I know that y'all have a real solid into the food culture out there.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
tell
want
you
to check it
straight
out.
up, as a Chicago native,
Hmm.
that deep piece ain't it.
Yeah, yeah. Once you
It's
go to
just
New
not
York,
it.
once you go to
Yeah,
New York and get a piece of that, it pretty much changed your mind. But the
yeah,
deep piece, it depends who make it though, because I heard a lot of people from Chicago say you go to that right one, that deep pizza could give you that different texture of what you want. Like that
Yeah,
deep pizza, they have one spot out there that make a deep pizza slash lasagna in 2 in 1. And then I
yeah,
and I and I think I seen that. No, I think I seen that in a food like a food channel or something that I seen like a one of them cooking shows.
yeah.
And that thing looked good. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't see. I tried the deep pizza.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
I'm coming in. It's the internet went out. I'm glad we are pre-recording.
Uh,
We- I'm glad we are. I'm jamming. I'm like, what the heck?
That's
So we are
funny.
going to cut that entire part out. I'm going to just give me about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back, y'all. Sorry about
Uh,
this, Tyler.
oh no, you good. You
All
good.
right.
But yeah, no. So I tried the deep dish for the first time, and I was just like, this is.
uh,
It's either it goes one of two ways. It's either a bunch of bread or
uh,
it's a bunch of cheese and sauce. I'm like, this is not it's not
right.
good. It's not good either way. I like the thin, so I like a place called Beggars. If you ever go to Chicago,
Okay.
Beggars.
Okay.
Beggars is my personal favorite. There's a lot of good ones, Home Run,
Okay.
Beggars, Giovanni's, there's a lot of good ones, but Beggars is
Mhm.
my all time. That's what I grew up eating. And
Yes.
they put like they got this thin bread that they use. It's hand tossed, but it almost looks like a thin crust. And
Right.
they got these meatballs that are like, really good size. They put the meat, then they put the sauce, and then they put the cheese. So when you get your pizza, it almost looks like a cheese pizza, but
Right.
the meat and stuff is under the cheese. That's
Right.
hand down the best pizza I ever had. That right there. But that the deep dish,
Mhm.
nah.
Right. Yeah, I had a piece of similar like that before that had the cheese on top and all the meats and the toppings was inside. As it was
Yeah,
a place in Atlanta I went to, I forgot the name of the spot, and I think it was from Chicago. Matter of fact, this restaurant that was in
yeah,
Atlanta, and I had that, and that was pretty good. But the deep dish that I seen on the cooking show on one of them cooking channels,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
looking like
No,
a lasagna slash
yeah,
deep dish. They said it's one of the best dishes in Chicago, and it looked like it was balanced out very well. It looked like it wasn't a lot of the crust looked like almost looked like it could be like a garlic bread with the cookie with not cookies but cracker type of crunch
yeah,
garlic in the it was built like that. And it was built like a lasagna, deep dish pizza like a lasagna. And I liked it. And it stood up. Then they had that to the side. They had a little salad on the side. That thing looked good. I was like, man,
yeah.
if I do a research on that, I definitely want to go to that spot. You
Yeah,
know
for
what I'm
sure. Yeah,
saying? And
that so
get
that
that.
sounds good. Yeah, the ones I've tried, I tried a couple times. I was just like, man, it's either way too much bread or too much cheese for me. And then like
Yeah,
you can literally only eat one slice. Like once you eat one slice, you done. It's like you so full,
yeah,
you ain't getting
yeah.
another one down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's dope. But yeah, definitely the food culture in Chicago. I definitely want to check out. I used to live in the Southwest, so I know all about the barbecue spots. I lived in Albuquerque for 2.5 years, and right there on the border of Texas. So we used to always go over the border and go to a lot of the barbecue pit competitions and all that. So I had my share of the
yeah,
barbecue out there in the Southwest. So I had a little taste of that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Me being from Buffalo, but yeah, that's definitely I definitely want to go out to Chicago and check out that scenery out there because they put y'all at number 2. I'm pretty sure it's close. Yeah, but pretty sure Chicago and Buffalo is probably bouncing out number 1 because I hear a lot of
yeah,
good things about the food culture out there in uh
yeah.
in Chicago. So no
You got
doubt, no doubt.
come down to the taste. Come out to the
Yes.
taste. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And same thing Buffalo. Taste of Buffalo is like that's like the number 1 food festivals between that and our food truck festival. We have a food truck festival out here is off the chain. And a
Yeah.
lot of people from all over come to that. Not just locally businesses, but a lot of people from out of town comes out to
Oh,
the
okay.
food truck festival. I would get a lot of people from Texas, a lot of people from in the St. Louis, a lot of people from Philly come through, and they
Yeah.
have the whole strip down Delaware, and downtown by the city hall. And just all the food trucks is coming in and just get your eat on. Get what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
half of that stuff I don't even need. But you know what I'm saying? That's my cheating day.
Yeah, I hear you guys talking about food. You coming to visit Buffalo, Tyler? We have the best food.
I'm gonna have to, man. I'm gonna have to.
That would be dope. That would be dope. Even if you come close, Cleveland or up to Toronto, we really do have some really good food here. So excuse the technical difficulties that we had, Tyler. I do apologize, but that's why I said when you had the kids and you were dropping them off, this happens. You know, this is what do you call it, bro? Reality TV.
This is reality TV. This is the best way to do it. This is the best content in the world. You got the reality TV.
Oh yeah.
And you know what's so funny? I was jamming to the music so hard. I turned over and I'm like, oh, I didn't know Joker had put the screen up. And then I'm like, why is it buffering like that?
That's funny.
I was jamming. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again, everybody. This is what happens. You know, that we keep bloopers and all of that stuff. This is what happens on the reality TV of Green Links World Entertainment. I was jamming hard too.
Hey, I'm just glad the music moved you that way, you know.
It really does. It really does. So this is Long Road, everybody, by Tyler Truth.
Yeah. They call me Tyler.
Oh. Is it sharing?
Yeah, Sherry, got to press play again.
Ooh. I hope they didn't knock out the internet. Ooh.
But we still see you. We still see you, hear you.
Okay, let me try it again.
Yeah. They call me Tyler Truth, the city country boy. Why is that? Let me tell you. So I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. The Wild Hunters. Yeah. And when I was 17, I moved out to Indiana, the real country. So, city country boy. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on a farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the wreck. When the city boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on a farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the wreck. When the city boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at. Yeah, I grew up in the city running wild. On the corner with my boys selling pound after pound. Wasn't worried about the law, we was trying to get rich. Like college football, every play had a pitch. Just young and dumb, trying to be men. Didn't know the meaning of the word back then. Always in some trouble, wasn't worried about roots. Honestly surprised I even made it through school. We stayed racked up on the block with the strap tucked. Fire marshal Bill show you something if you act up. Burning down trees, Smokey Bear will be man. Young and wild probably was the best time I ever had. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on a farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the wreck. When the city boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on a farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the wreck. When the city boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at. The ref from my city, throw it up, we did it from out of the mud, counting up at me and they calling me Billy. It felt kind of strange. I came in the game and created a lane, and now I'm on top of the world. Feeling like a King Martin, had a dream, so that oh my God, got me feeling like Obi-Wan. From the bottom to living life with the stars. Yeah, we finally made it, not famous, but I'm making my name, yeah, get it paid, yeah, going state to state, yeah, gotta scream my name, man. Good to know they love the music, cause I love it too. Cause I don't do it for the money, I do it for you. It's what I love, it's in my blood, and that's the honest truth. I stop producing, get to writing, then I hit the booth. I get my blood, sweat, and my tears in every song I do. So if you out here chasing dreams, this one is for you. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on a farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the wreck. When the city boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on a farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the rest. When the city boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at.
What?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Wasn't from the farm, but I got it out the mud. What?
And you had that Bone Thugs and Harmony style in there too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tyler is the truth, y'all. Tyler is
Yeah.
the truth. Make sure you stream his music. Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tyler.
Yes.
I love when we come across really dope music because
Yeah.
it takes me down that rabbit hole, and I am so excited. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
thank you.
So is the music out now? Can people
Yeah,
stream
so we've got 2 albums out on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. Also on my website, tylertruth.com. Um, we've got my first album, which is Everyday Life, and then my second album, which is From the Mud. Those 2 are out now. I'm actually getting ready to release my third album this year, and to kind of give you a sneak peek of that, my third album, I decided I was like, I do everything kind of strategically when I
Mhm.
release.
Mhm.
And so like my first album was more, like I said, straight country, pop, rock,
Mhm.
with a few little hip hop undertones here and there. But it was majority country and rock. And
Mhm.
then From the Mud, I started introducing more hip hop into the album to set way for what I really want to do with the country. And so this next album is a full blown blend of just country and different genres. I've got a country Afrobeat song that I got called Getaway. I've got my own electric slide, which is called the Country Boy Slide. Um, I've got some hip hop, a Detroit sound. I got a heavy Detroit sound hip hop track that I did called Sip Smoke. It's a little party track, and then we just got some straight country.
Mhm.
It's an incredible album. I'm really excited to release. It's got 24 songs on it on this one. So my other 2 have 12 each. So we went ahead and did like a full double album on this. So it's got 24 tracks on this album, and I think people are really gonna enjoy it. It's a lot more up tempo, more fun and fast paced music on this album. So
So Tyler is saying that he's going to come back when the album drops.
oh yeah,
Yes. Yes.
I'll be back.
I am super
Yes.
excited.
Now the
Yeah.
song we just played, you got a music video for that? Because we know you can send the MP4 and we can play the music video on our morning show and keep on bumping that joint. That's fire. You have a music
So
video
I,
for that.
I don't have one for that, but I do have one. I've got one for that, and another for at the top, and then one for a song called Push On.
Okay.
So you can check that one out as well. And also for Christmas season, I did a Christmas song. It's called Tyler Truth's Christmas, and
Okay.
it's got a comical video. I actually shot the video myself just with my phone, and it's like I wanted to be kind of comical, so it's pretty funny, little funny video I put together for Christmas time. So if you guys remember and you want to check out some new Christmas music,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
check it out.
we love, especially during the holidays.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Will bump that Christmas music.
Oh man. Oh man. On
Yeah.
rotation every day, all day, across the board, all the internet radio stations we connected with. We
Mhm.
connected to a lot of internet radio, man. We connected
A lot of
Okay.
DJs.
a lot of
Yeah.
DJs, man. We definitely connected with the connected. So we definitely
Yep.
keep you in the window of all those things, man, and make
I
sure
appreciate it.
they
I
won't forget
appreciate it.
who Tyler Truth is, because you is
I
the
Yeah.
truth.
appreciate
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
I
So
was
when
gonna tell
can
you
we
too.
expect the new music?
So we're looking to release it. We got a lot of stuff going on around June and July, so I think that's when we're going to set to release it and kind of
Okay.
make probably June, make it a big month and do the album drop it around June. So I'll get a definite date for you guys. We'll make sure we get it to you so that way you can be looking for it. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
let us send the music as
coming
soon as
soon.
you can. We
Yeah,
we keep
music
music
videos,
in the chambers.
MP4s, music videos, all of that. So we
Yeah.
can have the official video. We can load it up in the chamber and play it on our podcast show. She
Mhm.
always does she got her music video show, and she'll play it. I'll play it on the morning show on Saturday.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we also got other podcasts coming up too, on the
Okay.
platform that we can also put in on rotation at all
Yeah.
times, man. And don't forget,
Yeah.
those who tuned in right now, make sure y'all go ahead and check out the website on that ticker at the bottom of the screen right there, man. truthmusic.com. If looking for any merch, any shows you got going on, ticket sales, all that will be on the website. Make sure y'all stay tuned in on that. Make sure you save that into your window in your tablet, your phones, any device you're using, so you can have it saved in a bookmark or something, so you can know what's going on.
Yeah, I'll tell those people too. Anybody wanting to check out the website, on the website, I release certain music that we don't release to the rest of the public for legal reasons. Like my covers, I do covers. We got when I was started performing, a lot of people were requesting covers. They were like, "You need to cover me. I would love to hear your voice on this song." And I told them, I was like, "I'm not gonna cover nobody's music." I'm like, if I get a platform to sing, I'm singing my music, because I don't want to make Morgan Wallen more rich. I need to get up to where, And so after a while, I was like, of so many requests, I say, you know what, I'm gonna do these covers, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write my own lyrics to them. And so now I cover people's songs and I write my own lyrics and I try to make them comical. So the first one I did was actually Shabuzi's Tipsy. I did a Double Barrel Tipsy. And a lot of people that heard it, they were like, "Man, I like this version better than the original." So if you go to the website, you hover over music. If you click music, it takes you to my 2 albums. But if you hover over, you'll see it says cover songs and school songs. Yeah, and remixes. Yeah. So those cover songs are in there. Yeah, and so you can check those out as well.
Okay.
That's fire. That's like mixtape flavor. Like, give me that mixtape. Yeah, that's high. Yeah. But, he on Country 5 mixtape, y'all. You better recognize.
A lot of people like them because I sing them. Like, normally it's almost got the Weird Al Yankovic vibe to it. But I sing them exactly like the album. I make sure the music sounds good. I make sure the vocals are good. I do all the cadences the same, and I just change the lyrics. So
that's good. That's good. That's a true writer right there when you can do that. You know what I mean? That's a special skill. Everybody can't do that. That's for sure.
Well, Tyler, in closing, let everybody know where they can find you, where they can stream your music, and give them a word of encouragement. You said a lot tonight that I wish more artists would follow. The reason why I agree with Joker, there's a reason why you have been able to go to the places you have gone in this short period of time. You got the sauce. You have the sauce. You put out. This is your 3rd album that you're going to be putting out.
Yeah. So we're actually writing 4 albums right now at once. I've got one that I'm writing in Nashville. I got one that I'm writing in Atlanta, and I've got one that I'm writing here in Indianapolis, and then I'm writing my cover album as I go. So I'm working on 4 albums simultaneously. But the one I'm doing in Indianapolis is the one we're getting ready to release. The one in Nashville and one in Atlanta, they're with major producers and major labels. So we're hoping those take off and do pretty well. So those are kind of slow rolling. You won't get those for a while, but we're gonna keep putting out stuff in the home base here in Indiana. We're gonna keep rolling.
That town. I used to live there. I used to live there. I used to live in that town. Yeah, I know all about that town. I used to live in Broad Ripple.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's my studio's right around the way from Broad Ripple.
Yeah, I was like, that's a good area. Me and my wife stayed out there in Broad Ripple, and I worked in Carmel, out in the old folks home out there. And I'm connected to a lot of my mentors is out of there. You know what I'm saying? And my man Dorian, Group 182, and all that. So I'm really tuned in to a lot of the culture out there. My grandmother's sisters live out there. So my family members. So I was out there for a minute. And right before the pandemic happened, I was out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Before we moved to Albuquerque. When we moved to Albuquerque. So yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Nap Town.
Yeah. I rep, like I said, I rep for Cheyenne, for Indianapolis. So we repping them both. So
yeah.
So as far as my music, you can catch me on everything. I'm on Spotify, TikTok, iTunes, YouTube. Like I said, TylerTruth.com. I always tell people now, like, I didn't realize how big I was on Google. I guess if you Google me, like, I'm the first 3 or 4 pages. So if you're looking for me, just put Tyler Truth in Google. That's something I tell people now. Is like we getting up there. So
you're Googleable.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Any words of encouragement? What I would say to people is this, and all the artists that I talk to, that I help mold. I'm helping mold their careers. I tell them this, music is forever changing. You know, every 10 years or so, we get fads, we get like new
Mhm.
trends. Um,
Mhm.
Recently, drill music was one of the trends we
Mhm.
had, and
That's
as you
right.
can
That's
tell, it's
right.
slowly dying, starting to slowly die off.
It's
It's
gone.
like, yeah, we
It's
get
gone.
we yeah we get those that come, they come and go. The
Hmm.
greats will always remain. The
Mhm.
artists that are the originators will forever be here. And I tell people, like with the mumble rap when that came out, the first mumble rapper is still here. Still going. Migos, they came out with that new choppy style. As long as they continue to do music, they'll always be here. They were the originators of that. It's like certain things will always stay if you're the first. The
Hmm.
ones that come after you create a lane, the ones that come after, they'll die off, but you'll
Hmm.
remain. So I tell people always be be the curve. Don't ride the curve. Be the curve.
Hmm.
Figure out how to be something that everybody's not seeing. Step
Hmm.
outside the box. Don't follow what everybody else is doing. Go
Hmm.
against the grain.
That's
And
right.
one of the best things you can do for your career is clean it up. For a while, music was taking a dive into a dark era where everything was nasty and dirty and vulgar.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
people are getting tired of hearing that.
Hmm.
Even the younger audience, they're getting sick of hearing it. Like it makes you
Mhm.
uncomfortable at times to hear certain things. And so cleaning up your music, cleaning up your message is a great way to go, because not only does it it gives you a positivity in your message, but it also makes you more marketable. More
Hmm.
people will get behind you. More people want to sponsor you. More people will play you. More people will be eager to put you on radio stations, on television, on news. If your message is positive, if your message is clean. So if you're really trying to push your music, my message to anybody would be just clean up your message, give back to your community, do something for the people. Don't forget where you came from. Never forget the people that supported you, and just keep grinding. That'd be it.
Mm.
Fire.
I'm here for that.
Yes.
Bro, you got some ending words. This is a great conversation, Tyler, and you are welcome to come back anytime.
Oh yeah, we here.
Love to.
Yeah, anytime, and yeah, I'm just loving what you got going on. I love you. You hit every window that have not been hit on this platform in one conversation, and I applaud you for that all day long because you definitely you set the bar high for a lot of these artists that come on this platform. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
You
I'm
did.
gonna
Yeah.
give y'all a little tidbit of information that nobody knows yet, because I haven't even released it. I've been talking to it with my manager, but it's happening. It's in the work now. I just got with my producer, and he's getting my instrumental ready. Um, I'm getting ready to drop a full blown country rap album,
Okay.
and it's gonna
Okay.
be it's gonna
All right.
be heavy hitters,
Hmm.
because I want to show people. A lot of times when you tell people clean your message up, they instantly think, and nothing against him because I love his music, but they instantly think Will Smith. Like I don't want to rap. I don't want to get jiggy with it, or you know, that's instantly what they think of, and I'm like, no.
Right.
So I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, and I'm gonna show them how you can do a street cool, you know, down where people hear it and they're in it. I'm gonna show you
Mhm.
how you can write a message about
That's
the
right.
streets and be
That's right.
street
That's right.
without having to be nasty.
That's a
So
fact.
Mm.
Yes,
yeah,
I talk about.
we
I do it
got.
all the time. I do it all the time. You know,
Yeah.
so
Mm.
if you ever need a feature, holla at me. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
all
I'm always
always.
open for it. Yeah,
When
always.
we
I
when we
know.
get when we get off the mic, we gotta talk.
Yeah, 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 no doubt. Yeah, 'cause, yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm working on a project right now, and shout out to my partner, Balls Banger. We got the EP finna drop. We cleaning up some things, and this is we've been waiting on people been waiting on this thing for a long time.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. You send me
Yeah.
the track, and like I said, I tell people all the time, like, because I'm serious. I'm serious with it. You send me the track, I'm gonna hit you up in a day. And
Yes,
it's
no
gonna be
doubt.
done and recorded. I'm
Yeah,
telling you. You send me the
yeah,
song, you give
that's
me the
right.
concept, it's done. I
Yes,
don't play with
yes.
people's time.
Yeah, I know
Time is
that's
money.
right. Same, yeah, same here. Same here.
Yeah.
So, vice versa. If you need me on
Yeah.
your joint, let me know. You
Oh
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Because I definitely, give me the concept also the same way. I go ahead and fire it up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And make it do
Let's
what it
do it.
do.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
the Joker to Overlook MC and Tyler
Yeah.
the Truth. Oh, boy, that's
Oh yeah.
great.
Oh, I'm ready. Like I said, I'm serious too. You let me know whenever you're ready. I'm ready.
Okay,
So
okay, no doubt,
yeah.
no doubt. We would definitely we talking behind the scenes of this thing, but then what,
Mhm.
what you got, Vet Green the Queen? What's your last words of the day?
Yeah, I think you pretty much summed it up. You are definitely something different than what we've sat down and spoken to. Your mind is in a different place, and not to take anything away from any other artists that have been up on this platform. It's just I think you speak with courage. You
Mhm.
speak with the knowledge of who you are. I feel like right now it just seems like you're just manifesting what it is that's already in your head, like you're just making it your reality. You already have it, what you want it to look like. I think now it's just the creative part. Now you're creating it, and you can tell just by the way you speak, and what it is that you want to do with the music. I love that you aren't going to put it in a box. Like I felt that you didn't want to just be labeled as country. And it was probably because of that song. I'm hearing something different. We're ready for it. Tyler, you may create a new genre of music.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
Right,
really
right.
may. I'm looking forward to seeing where all of this takes you. You definitely have the talent. You definitely have the will, and you are going to be successful because you are focusing on the right things. I love that it's not. I heard you say something else about it's not even about the money, which is fabulous because when I've learned when you chase the money, it runs away from you. When
That's
you
right.
stop chasing the money,
Mhm.
you don't even have to
Yes,
worry anymore.
man. The
So
money, the money. That when you in the culture, you doing this for the culture, and you culture vibe with it. The money gonna come to you.
Yeah, I
yeah.
do. I do this for my people,
Mhm.
and I tell them that every day. I can't be bought, and that's why my team sticks
Mm.
with me so hard because
Yes.
I've had people come to me and offer me the world. Oh, I can put you on red carpets tomorrow. I said that's great. If you're gonna bring my team, if you bring in my team, then we can get on all the red carpets you want. But if you ain't bringing my team, we gonna get it from the mud. We gonna
Yeah.
Mhm.
keep going the route we going because
Mhm.
when you chase a dollar, dollar spends. You know,
Mhm.
family's forever. Even when I
Mhm.
die, my family's still gonna be my family. And that's
Mhm.
Hmm.
that's how I look at it. So my people know, they know we making it together. I'm loyal to a fault.
Are you
And
a Capricorn?
now Sagittarius.
Okay.
Oh yeah, see, we got it connecting. Definitely. I'm a Taurus, so
Okay, that's what's
Taurus,
up.
we connect. Yeah, no doubt. That's
Yeah.
what's up. Like
Well,
that.
Yeah, so for me, I tell people I'm not motivated by money. Money don't motivate me. I know the money's gonna be there when it comes. Like my manager himself, he's watched me do shows, and I get my last. We make the money from the show. I give my last $50 to $100 to the artist that came and opened up for us, and I walk away with nothing.
mm,
And I go
mm,
home and I get right in the car and start lifting and
Yeah,
start taking rides to go make my money.
yeah,
Like that's how
yeah.
I am. It's like the money don't move me. That's why I said you can't buy me. They can't nobody offer me nothing to
That's
sell
right.
my soul.
That's
This
a
is
fact.
I
Say
believe
that
in what I
again.
believe in. I stand on it, and me and my team, we're gonna get there. We're gonna stand 10 toes together forever.
Hmm.
So
That's
yeah,
Tyler,
fire.
you are definitely the truth, and I appreciate you for coming on this platform. Everybody, make sure you go and stream Tyler Truth. He really is the truth. I'm looking forward to seeing your success. I am going to be like a bird. Just keep an eye. I'm going to keep
thank
an
you.
eye out on it because I see you can't not hear the talent. You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like you can't not hear the talent that you have. Some people are anointed with things,
Mhm.
and listen, you keep on moving and grooving. You
That's
keep
right.
on moving and grooving. You got this. God
Thank you.
God positions people for a reason. And you said you've been doing this for not a very long time. One, be careful because of that, people are going to definitely come after you
Mhm.
because when you have that type of talent, it's not always met with love. So be
Yeah.
careful and just watch your back and come back.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I definitely. I tell people this all the time. The people that bless me like this, not everybody that I talk to blesses me in this way. It makes me feel at home. That's the only way to explain it. But I
Thank
tell
you.
everybody,
Yes.
the day that I do make it, we gonna get there. I already know we gonna get there. You
Mhm.
gotta see it and believe it yourself first. My
That's
team
right.
always my team always remind me that when I say hopefully they say nah, win. And I gotta
You
keep
already
telling
there.
myself that win when we get
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
When we are there and we at the jelly roll phase, and we big time. I just want y'all to know I'm coming back.
That's right.
I'm not ever gonna be one of those people where I'm out of reach. And I tell my manager that is very important to me,
Mhm.
that the
Mm.
people that blessed us in the beginning to build this platform, that we remember them. And
Mhm.
when we get there, we come back and we run them numbers up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We're gonna run them
Mhm.
numbers up. Wherever y'all at with the with the
Man,
with the
Tyler.
podcast, we gonna come back and we gonna run
Mhm.
them up. And
Yes.
we gonna get people.
Man,
I will be that entrance into anybody that stood for me on this level. Once we get there, I'm gonna make sure they come up. They come up with us. So
that's
I
why
will
you
be
Yes.
become
back.
a woman.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
will be back once we there. We gonna come
Yeah.
back.
The same
Man,
in our behalf. We gonna do the same, man.
absolutely.
We just love the craft. We love the culture. We love the music. We love everything that moves us and stay positive. We can miss it, man. We gonna have, what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I love to get the video, MP4, so we can put it on video rotation, so you can have a
Yeah,
visual
yeah,
with the content, the lyrical audio. You feel me? We got to
yeah.
keep that together because I want to make sure they see the brand while they're hearing it.
For
That's
sure.
right. And,
Yeah.
and James said he a Leo. What's your birthday, James? James, did you want to come up and say anything before we?
Come on, Big James. Stop being scared.
How are you? Well, I want to thank you, James, for
Yeah.
introducing us to such a fabulous man. You know what you have here, don't you?
Yeah. First, shout out to Coco Filipina. That's where Joker seen us at when she was
Okay.
Yeah.
playing. What was it? Touching. I had sent
Yes.
her touching. Uh, but no, a big shout out to you guys' platform, and big shout out to Tyler Truth for believing in me enough to be able to pursue his career in this industry. Um, but yeah, no, I'm a Leo, July 27th, and
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, since we got James in here, I gotta let you guys know. Without my brother James, I don't know where I'd be. Like I know for a fact, and I tell him all the time. I know no matter what I'm gonna get to. You know,
Hmm.
with or without the people that I'm with today, I know I'm gonna get there because I'm not gonna stop, even if I gotta
Hmm.
push by
Hmm.
myself.
Me
But at the
too.
same time, you need a team.
That's right.
So even if it ain't the people I'm with, I need a team. You need people, and
Mhm.
all these people that say I got it myself. No, you didn't. Nobody got anything themselves. You know what
That's
That's
I'm
a
saying?
right.
You
fact.
might have pushed hard and never gave up, but somebody taught you how to do what you're doing. Somebody put time in with you. Somebody helped you along the way. No matter
Mhm.
even if you don't want to admit it, none of us get it on our own 100%.
Mhm.
You need a team, and my team is solid. James is my right hand. He's my right foot. He's my right
Hmm.
brain.
Hmm.
That's my brother. And like without him grinding the way he does, putting in the countless sleepless hours. I mean, this man don't sleep. I promise you. He be sending me texts at 3 in the morning. I wake up at 8, text him like, "What you doing?" I ain't been to sleep yet. I've been sending email. I sent
Yeah,
1,300
listen.
emails last night. I'm
I
like,
mean, I
dang, bro.
already know. I already know.
James,
Yeah,
that
You know what
sounds
I'm
like
saying?
me.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
up
yeah,
like
working
me.
1 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yep.
yeah. That's
Yep.
that's that man right there. I tell him all the time, like, bro, I can't wait to the day, I can really bless you for the work that you
Mm.
do, man. Because one day we're gonna change each other's lives with this.
Hmm.
And
That's
so,
fire.
You're different,
I love you, bro. I'm gonna say this live. I
man.
want everybody to know that's my brother right there. So,
That's what's up.
And he's different. You are definitely different, Tyler. Let nobody tell you different. You are going to stand apart because you are meant to. I don't know what it is that the Most High has planned for you, but you
Hmm.
are different. You are definitely different.
Yeah, I
thank you,
love it.
thank you.
Definitely
I
The
different.
appreciate
energy and the frequency is
Yeah, you
definitely
feel
moving
it?
quick. It's definitely making it do what it do. I feel what James does because I'm also into the manager field. You know what I'm saying too. Also with the marketing management field, and it's like yeah, I already know about those sleeping at nights and them email blasts and them email answering and them phone calls and them. Oh my God, that's some work. Yes.
Yeah.
I I can tell you what, like a lot of I get that a lot. A lot of people say I'm different, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is about me that's different. Is I know that I'm not perfect, and
Mm,
I'm not afraid to admit my wrongs. I'm not afraid to say I've done things that I'm not proud of. You know, and so many people they don't want the world to know that they make mistakes. You know,
Mhm.
I know I make mistakes, and I'm gonna be the first one to tell you my mistakes. But I
yeah.
also know I gotta learn from them. And I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna get down in the dirt with you and be like, bro, like when me and James, we've talked personally about things that he's going through in his life, and when I'm talking to him, I'm like, bro, this is what I did, in this situation. Don't ever do this. And here's why. And once you come at peace with your own wrongs,
Mm,
and you're able to say, I did that and I'm sorry for it, even if everybody else don't forgive you, forgive yourself
Mhm.
and move forward and spend every day for the rest of your life trying to better somebody else off the things that you've done wrong and try to help build peace to other people off of your mistakes. When you live that path, when and God, like, I don't go to church. I don't go to church.
Mhm.
hmm
And the reason is because I believe a lot of church is chaos. A lot of church is chaos. It's so many people believing the same thing but teaching it differently and
hmm
arguing about it. It's like we all talking about the same man, the same power to be, the
Same guy.
same, and we fighting about it. You know,
Mhm.
so I don't even do that. I believe in God. I know He's real, and I walk with Him my own way, and I don't push anybody to follow my way. I just say you believe what you need to believe, but just get there in your heart and your mind, and know
hmm
that you got a path to walk. And once you find it, walk it. Walk
Mm.
it, and that's it. And my
Mhm.
path is to make change
Mhm.
in the people that I touch, the people in my society, the people that come around me. I don't keep no negative energy around me. If you get negative, you got to get away from me because
That's a fact.
if you ain't willing to change for the better, you
Mhm.
got to find your own path. I want to see you blessed, but I can't keep you around me, bringing that energy into my circle because my people, I'm trying to bless them. They trying to bless me. We gonna
Mhm.
bless each other. And that's it. It's like I know I'm wrong.
Mhm.
That's it. And I'm not too proud to admit it. I know I got things on my belt that's wrong that I've done in my past that I do on a regular everyday basis. I'm not perfect. And I don't try to
Mhm.
be. I just try to be the best that I can be, and I try
Mhm.
to bless the people in my life. I just try to be the best man that I can be today, and that's all we can do as people. And I think that's what shows differently because I used to be the person try to please everybody, try to be, all
Mhm.
like act like I was, never wrong. That's heavy burden. That's a
Mhm.
Yes,
heavy
it
burden.
is.
And
Can't
when you
keep
let
that
it,
up.
yeah, when you let it go, you just, it's
It's
just,
freeing.
yeah, you free. Like, and I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I can't be held. I'm gonna say what I feel. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But
Mm,
I ain't never gonna say nothing to offend you. But I'm
Mhm.
also not gonna change my thoughts because you don't agree with what I'm saying. We ain't gotta agree, But I'm gonna tell you how I feel. You take it how you please.
man.
So that's
I,
it.
I, before we go, I want to play the song one more again, everybody. For those who are just tuning in over here on TikTok, make sure you follow Tyler Truth Music. You can go to his website. It's tylertruthmusic.com.
Yes, it is.
All right, we're gonna play this song one more again. This joint so fire. Oh my goodness. Let me get into my inbox here.
Mhm.
Play it one more again, y'all. One
Tyler,
more again.
feel free to send us an email at james@tylertruthmusic.com.
Okay. James
Yes.
at tylertruth.com, everybody.
Getting dark out here.
Yeah, they call me Tyler True, the city country boy. Why is that? Let me tell you. So I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. The Wild Hunters. Yeah. And when I was 17, I moved out to Indiana, the real country. So, city country boy. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on the farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to it one time for the rack. In the city, boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on the farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the rack. In the city, boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at. Yeah, I grew up in the city running wild. On the corner with my boys selling pound after pound. Wasn't worried about the law, we was trying to get rich. Like college football, every play had a pitch. Just young and dumb, trying to be men. Didn't know the meaning of the word back then. Always in some trouble, wasn't worried about rules. Honestly surprised I even made it through school. We stayed racked up on the block with the strap tucked. Fire marshal bill, show you something if you act up. Burning down trees, Smokey Bear would be mad. Young and wild probably was the best time I ever had. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on the farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the rack. In the city, boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on the farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the rack. In the city, boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at. The ref from my city, throw it up, we did it from out of the mud, counting up a million. They calling me Billy, it feel kind of strange. I came in the game and created a lane, and now I'm on top of the world. Feeling like a King Martin, had a dream, so that oh my God, got me feeling like Obi-Wan. From the bottom to living like with the star. Yeah, we finally made it, not famous, but I'm making my name, yeah, get it paid, yeah, going state to state, yeah, gotta scream my name, man. Good to know they love the music, cause I love it too. Cause I don't do it for the money, I do it for you. It's what I love, it's in my blood, and that's the honest truth. I stop producing, get the writing, then I hit the booth. I get my blood, sweat, and my tears in every song I do. So if you out here chasing dreams, this one is for you. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on the farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the rack. In the city, boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at. It's been a long road coming where I'm from. Wasn't on the farm, still I got it out the mud. Yeah, I had to run it one time for the rack. In the city, boy, yeah, that's where my heart's at.
What? It's been a long time. Woo.